Hi, and welcome back to another week of Keeping It Real with Coach Neal. I'm Brandon Sands, joined with UNCW women's soccer head coach Chris Neal. Coach, how are you after your Maryland trip on Sunday?
Doing great.
Awesome. Let's kind of jump right into it. Recapping last week, you were at home on Thursday, Stony Brook. Very early goal kind of set the tone in that game. The Seawolves kind of tried to mount a comeback late. And if not for a phenomenal Hannah Wise, that you would have had the equalizer there. Just what did you see from that game that you liked, that you didn't like? How different does it affect the game when you scored that early?
Well, with no overtime as a rule change, scoring first really matters. And that was 22 or 23 seconds. I'm not exactly sure. I didn't even see the goal. I was still talking to people on the sideline. But what a great way to start with just a celebration. It's very rare that you see a kickoff and a goal scored where the other team doesn't even touch the ball. And that happened for us. So really proud of the team on that kickoff. It was actually a little bit of a broken play. We switched who was going to take that kickoff right before because of some injury issues, and it worked out perfectly. So it was in the cards. But that was exciting at the beginning of the game, very exciting at the end of the game in a different way. And Hannah made just a huge save, fingertip. A lot of people don't realize she actually got a fingertip to that, pushed it off the bar before it came back to her. Just a phenomenal save.
Earlier in the season, we've had games where we score late, and you have to stay engaged 90 minutes. But this one was a little bit different, and wherein that goal comes first, and now you're defending the rest of the game. You're preserving that lead. You're
Mm.
trying to. How does that change scoring early versus scoring so late?
Well, we didn't change anything in the first half or even midway through the second. I thought we could have been up 2-0 at one point, but we were also fortunate that they didn't draw level on a couple of occasions. So really interesting dynamic from that respect. We didn't change anything until we tried to change in the final 3 minutes, but we didn't execute very well in killing that game off, and Stony Brook nearly punished us.
Right, and then we move forward to Sunday. League leader Towson, one of the best teams, not just in the conference but in the country this season. So many different offensive weapons. Started a very young 11, and just what do you see from that game? When I guess benchmark your team against a team of that standing.
Well, against a team of that caliber who's top of the league and who's scored that many goals, you can't get off to a start like that. We conceded a corner kick 3 minutes in, and that's just not how you need to get out of the gates against a team of that caliber. But we did start 3 freshmen, 4 sophomores, so some kids gained a lot of experience. As a team and as a coaching staff, we gained a lot of information from that game. Hopefully, we'll get a chance to run into that team again in the conference tournament if we qualify, right? And that's the goal. So I thought we did some really nice things in terms of manufacturing opportunity in the first half, and in the second half, we came out and had a good run at it. But if you leave Nia Christopher space to run, eventually she's going to rear her head, and that's what happened late in the game. But all in all, gained information, got a good run out. Physically, it didn't kill us on the Sunday. The tempo of the game was pretty mild, so I think we're ready to go in to William & Mary on Thursday.
Throughout the season, you've had a lot of players increase their minutes, whether it's sophomores or juniors playing more minutes than they have in previous seasons, or obviously freshmen.
Mm.
What have you seen from those players? That development wise, from August till now that you've liked.
Well, first thing I like is even when they weren't playing, they continued to do the right things in training, to compete, to have good positive body language. And we tell them, if you're not playing the minutes you want, if you continue to do the right things, when you do get your chance, you'll succeed. If you don't do the right things, I've seen it happen time and time again, the player doesn't succeed when they get that chance. So our players did the right things when they weren't getting those minutes. And we're seeing Kate Cox get significant minutes. We're seeing Allison Burris get significant minutes. Cam Keene getting significant minutes. So I'm just proud of their effort. And when you come out of the gates and that first time you start, there's a different energy. Right. So the challenge for them now is, can they keep duplicating that energy now that first start or second start's out of the way? And we've talked to them about that.
Back home on Thursday, William and Mary. It's a tough Tribe team. What are your thoughts on the Tribe this season?
Very good. Only lost one match, to my knowledge. I think that's where the record is. In the top 4, I believe, in the league, having a great year. Very athletic, very aggressive, got a good goalkeeper. But this is at home, and this is all, culminating in this extremely exciting 2 weeks of play, last 4 games for us. Only 6 out of 13 teams make the championship, which is very difficult. But we had to talk with our players today. This is our championship feeling. We've already got that championship feeling because every game feels like a playoff game at this point. So we're going to approach it as aggressively as we can, and I think it's going to be a great match.
How do you balance that this late in the year versus taking care of business that we have to take care of, but also you're kind of looking, around the league, seeing what the results from other games are going on and all that, just to see where you might match up and where what kind of you need to do in different paths and stuff.
Colin's already got a spreadsheet matrix of hypotheticals and projected points and et cetera, et cetera. I tend to live more in the now. Last weekend was a great example of what you just stated. We lost, but then every other team in the middle of the table or below us ended up drawing. So all the results went for us on that Sunday. So, I mean, to make it the top 6 of this league, you're going to need some luck. You're going to need to take care of your own business, but then you're also going to need some help from somebody. And it's just going to be a very exciting 10 days down the stretch.
And then obviously on Sunday, you got another match, kind of the same situation. When you get late, it's just kind of next opponent up, right?
Yeah. Monmouth, defending regular season champion, only conceded 1 goal in 8 matches in the league, and that's gonna be a stiff test. But let's get through Thursday, and then we'll start focusing on Sunday.
Very good, Coach. Well, as always, we'll be watching. We'll be cheering you guys on. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Brandon.